computer is locked up right now. It just went crazy. Good morning, y'all. How are you? So this morning's quote is just
I love it.
Is just perfecto. Thank you, Devin. I'm glad that you love it. I love it too. It's it makes me look back and be. What are you doing to that mic over there? And be thankful.
You don't want me to answer that.
That I'm not there anymore. There's my music. So the quote says, on this beautiful Wednesday morning, man, the sun, I don't know if you all saw it this morning. There was like a pinkish purple fuchsia color this morning in the sky. It was awesome. There we go. I just popped up here. Good morning, everybody. Chris, good morning. Trevor, Jamie, Suzanne, good morning. Jerry, good morning. Anna, Jim, good morning. Amy, good morning. Mama, good morning. Dan Henney, oh my gosh. Dan Henney, blast from the past. What's up, buddy? You need to come over here with your brother and hang out. And you know that cop that I messed with you guys with, where he told you he had paperwork for you to sign or whatever?
I wasn't here.
Oh, okay. That's his brother. Dan, what's up, man? Great to see you on here. Danielle, good morning. Good morning. So the quote for this morning is, the difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting. Oh. How about that one, Kevin Atwell? How about that one? Huh? That was good. You've been hanging around with Chance too much. That was good. That was good. The difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting. Yay. I want you all to just tattoo that on your forehead this morning, Chance. Why are you staring at me like that, chewing your gum? Huh? Are you okay? Are you awake this morning? All right. So think about that one, process that one. But did you hit snooze button this morning? We had a little chat, me and Connor, this morning about how we start our day. That was a good discussion first thing in the morning. You know, stay off that phone. No scrolling back and forth all morning for negativity. Those of you that are on Facebook, be careful. Yes, Danielle, very, very appropriate for right now. Great quote. And that's Walt Disney. Walt Disney said that, Gary.
That's my guy.
So today I think the window perf gets put on the glass there, so you won't have to deal with that anymore. Are you excited?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it off now that you just said that, but all right. So, move around, get a little exercise, and then that 2 minutes of process is really important. But I want to get into our topic right away because I know these guys are going to have a lot to say about this one. And it ties to the quote, and I didn't know the quote when I came up with what we do. Remember, everybody, a lot of what I talk about here, a lot of what I write about is what I see happening in our community, what I see going on, or what I see flaws being, and what I see people doing, what I see families doing, and that seems to piss people off at times. But what do you think I think of that?
You're a real jerk.
I don't care. If it hits a nerve, it's helpful. Good morning, Pino. So what I come up with topics is what I'm seeing sometimes and what I've seen before. It doesn't have to necessarily be right now, but it's always something that we're dealing with that I'm seeing that needs worked on. And today, I have this topic that says your lies develop a personality. Okay, and everybody's looking at me like, what? Your lies develop their own style, develops like this new face. So what am I talking about? Lies develop a style, a type, and I get to watch this transformation from guys when they come in and when they finally reach this point where lying is no longer something that most of the guys that come in here, and the people that I've gotten to work with in the past 10 years or whatever it is that they have a genuine desire to stop the lying, because that's first. Let's be real. I mean, every one of us, when I came in for quite some time, had a problem realizing what lying and bullshitting really was. And this came off of our conversation, just so you know, Kev. Kevin and I, we had a little bit of a nice morning outing yesterday, right? We had a little morning issue. We like to get fired up and get going, Chance, throw some tables, right? I read that this morning. That's what my reading was this morning about Jesus throwing tables in John. It was pretty cool. And whipping people. So I can have an excuse to whip people now. You know how people use the Bible for excuses? Well, Jesus whipped people. I can whip people. But that's a whole different topic. Good morning, Randy. But we this part of their personality sticks out to me, and most of the people, and I'm talking a high percentage of the people that come in here, really struggle with honesty. Like really have in so many different ways. So let's talk about why people lie. Give me an example of why people lie.
Because we want it to go our way.
Okay, personal gain. Bobby, go ahead, bud.
Not to hurt other people's feelings.
There you go. Not to hurt other people's feelings. Something else. Get out of trouble. Right? That's what I wrote down. To get out of trouble. They don't want a consequence. They don't want to face no accountability. We can't be accountable for our actions. I want to get out of this, so I'm going to lie.
That's what I would say, like, protect yourself.
Protect someone.
Yeah, or someone, yep.
Or something. Very, very good, guys. Very good. Did you have something else, TJ, or did Joe just steal your thunder?
I'd say it's just a problem with self, like just being selfish.
Yep. Personal gain. Absolutely. So, like, if I take a look at my kids, right, and I have had many kids, right, Gary? So
one or two.
One or two.
A couple.
What in that? That just blew my eardrums out. So I look at our kids and what happens, and kids from a very, I mean, Tylee and Leighton right now are awesome. Oh yeah. As soon as they're both doing something, you know what Tylee does? Tylee is wittier and sneakier and maniacal, and Leighton's just a bulldog like me and just runs everybody over and elbows, smashes into things. That's Leighton. And Tylee and Leighton, when they're doing something, Tylee will go like this. And point.
She's the pointer.
She
I know.
She points at Leighton like, no, she did it. How do they learn this? 18 months old, right? So
See that with you, Devin.
we can talk about a lot of things, but we have instilled in us, from the beginning of time, you guys, you all know like what I follow, and what my belief system is. But go back and read about Adam and Eve and she did it and he did. No, she did it. Like, you understand? So like, there's a little bit of that instilled in us from the beginning of time. But the other part is like, man, what are we teaching our kids? Like this lying, we are a society of liars. Like it, and it's not just what we tell our kids, right? It's not. Joe, do you think you can move the mic when you're? He's drinking his coffee over there in the microphone.
And it's hot too, so it's extra.
Yeah. But we tell our kids. We teach our kids to lie. Like, we don't tell your father that. How many of you have heard, don't tell your father that, or don't tell a parent that, right? Yeah. Oh, man, Jake raised his hand. Danielle. No, I'm just kidding. So don't tell your father that, right? When if somebody calls the phone, tell them I'm not home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tell them I'm not home.
I heard
okay?
that one a lot.
Right? When something happens wrong and you watch, say you're driving and I don't know, slam a mirror in another car, and you get out and you pick up the glass and you like things like this, like sweeping things under the rug is lying. That's it's really I'm gonna get extreme here. Danielle just put, yep, guilty. This, you guys are going to think I'm extreme. The Easter Bunny. Santa Claus.
So I was playing air hockey with Talon the other day, and he's constantly, oh, look, Joe, a monkey behind you. And so I turned around so he could score the goal. And that's a goof, but that's
manipulative.
A start of a lie. Manipulative.
100%. Yeah. And their answer is you go grab him by his neck, pick him up, and slam him around next time. If you don't, you're not holding him accountable. Or his hair. His hair is very easy to grab, the curls. No. People think I'm crazy, but I am. So the Easter Bunny. The Tooth Fairy. right? You put a tooth under there, you get money. We could go into a whole mess of things of what happens with the tooth fairy. Look, I bust my teeth out, I get a $20 bill. Because some people give $20 bills. Jake got 20s. I guarantee Jake got 50s.
Jake got 50. Jake got a new car.
Yeah, Jake lost his
He
last
got a new
tooth
Power
at,
Wheels under his bed.
Jake lost his last tooth at like 13 and got a brand new horse. But we're not going into that. Dan. We are not going down this road.
Horse George.
But, we laugh about this, but lying about Santa Claus your whole life until a lot of kids believe in Santa Claus till they're 13, 14 and figure out it's a lie. We don't want to look at it.
What do you mean?
We don't want to look at it.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
Kevin.
Daniel said, no, he did not. We don't look at it that way because of the beautiful story of Santa Claus and the feelings and all that stuff, somebody on here Ashley said, yep, my son Jackson would pull out his teeth on purpose.
No way.
We got a pliers in the room, you know what I mean? That's us, man. That's
Slam the door.
us. That's it. So, thank you, Ashley, for saying that. So, we think about it, we're really teaching kids to lie. So back to when guys get here and the lying is happening and the BS is happening, and what happened yesterday that stands out to me is that Kevin truly did not think he was BSing. He reacted to something and got upset because I said, you're lying, right? And when you're faced with that, with what we've done our whole existence, the biggest disease in somebody that's addicted or high or drunk or running, escaping from life, the biggest disease is lying. The selfishness behind lying is insane, right? But the problem is that we have so many people in our lives allowing it, right? So I look at, we start to talk about the lies. I involve the families in certain ways of letting them know where they're at with the lying. And I hammer on. And this, you went through this, Joe, right? You don't feel, you went through this for a long time. I remember the look in your face man, I did not want to lie about that.
Yeah.
I remember an issue where you were genuine, where you're like, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be this anymore. But it seems like it's just
lying just became my auto-suggest.
Yes. Yeah, your default.
My default, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a constant thing that takes a lot of work and a lot of in your face, let's go and stop lying. But I see this style develop in people. When you're here a little while and you're not really dealing with it, and I see a style, and all of you will know what I'm talking about with people, where you'll have this personality that goes with the lie. A lot of people will put on this nice guy little face mask, and they'll try to be this person, but inside, there were guys that left here a little while ago that they try to be this person on the outside, but inside there's this monster that wants to destroy anybody that gets in the way of what they want. Anything. They'll put on this certain face. It can be the Joker face, and laugh, and let me make you laugh, and do all these things, and then it's all about fun, but inside there's a reason for the mask, and that mask is usually to get what they want and for self. And if you get in the way of it, they'll destroy you. Yeah. They will be spiteful. They will destroy you, and they're monsters.
Yeah. Well.
And go ahead.
You start this, you live it, you end up living this lie of this person of who you really want to be. You live a lie to live a lifestyle.
It becomes a lifestyle.
Yes.
It has this shtick behind it. It has this it's almost like this. You've developed this actor that can't get out of character anymore. You have put on this style. Some people, might we work mom a certain way, and moms usually get lied to with tears. Let me cry to you, and let me do this to you to get you to soften up to get what I want. I don't know if anybody around here wants to talk about that or not, but yeah, so we have this shtick. We have this act that we can put on, boom, as soon as we decide. And I notice that if you can't rip that mask off of somebody and expose the real monster, that it's You got it, Chris. Chris just wrote, recovery starts for me with being brutally honest. See you, Pino. Have a great day. It's this horrible monster inside of us that will destroy somebody. I mean, you guys have listened to everybody's story here, and you're amazed sometimes at hearing like what people do to their own parents, their own kids. What I did to my own family is disgusting. But nobody would recognize the true monster inside of me. Nobody wanted to talk about that. Everybody wanted to talk about, oh, he's a good guy. He used to be this good guy. I wasn't a good guy for 10 plus years. So don't pretend I was. What I am right now is not is who I am. How I treat people today is, you can't go back 15 years and say, I remember the person that he is, and that's who I want to remember. When he's lying and stealing every day, that's not going to stop it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, anytime somebody attempted to call me out or hold me accountable on it, I wasn't a good guy for 10 plus years. Don't pretend who I want to remember.
What was that?
Technical complications.
Technical difficulty there. We all right? Okay.
I would say, anytime I was challenged on my person, on my lie, that's when I would turn to that anger, and then you could either push people away with that, or that's your out the door excuse.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's why I was never dealt with. And I think what we witnessed yesterday was that anger being challenged, and that anger turns to tears.
That's it.
And then
the truth, like when we all face like the truth and we can't go anywhere. You actually got to see that yesterday. You got and just so you know, I've seen this in all of you. Like you finally sit there and like the truth hits you. Like, damn, like this is just who I've become. So we have to take serious ownership. We have to get real about who we really are based on where we're at today. I hear so many people say, "Oh, I just remember him for the person he was 15 years ago." Great. What is that doing to help? So how do we combat that monster? How do you fix this? Like what's the answer, guys? Like what is the answer? Bo, you want to go out there? What's the answer to fix this? Do you know?
I mean, honestly, it's through this community that's like really helped me. Like you getting in my face, dude.
Okay, but there's other ways too. Like,
well, yeah.
I feel like with what Joe's saying, the only reason you're gonna stop from lying to yourself is if you're surrounding yourself with people who are vested in the truth.
Right.
Because if you're living a lie, you're not just gonna wake up one day and be like, hey, like. I'm living a lie. Let's get honest. Like it has to come from outside. And I feel like
it's extreme too, isn't it? Like we have to do all the little things, like the little things, extreme. Like we have to stop little petty lies. We have to follow rules. We can't manipulate around them. Lying and manipulating are just the same. I go over this with parents all the time and people all the time. Like, stop the little lies. Like, stop trying to get what you want.
Well, I thought in the past, like, you could just, like, mix something up or change the words or do something small like that, and I didn't consider it lying.
Yeah.
But now I look at it and everything like that is lying. And I still want to do that at times. I still want to mix things up and, like, throw in my own little agenda, and that's just not vested in truth.
That's it. That's it.
It's crazy.
You got to grab that mic. That thing ain't working. And here's the crazy part. Without the truth, what Chris said, recovery starts for me with being brutal. Without the truth of where you are and who you've become, right, you will not grow. You can't just pretend. You can't just snap your fingers and say, okay, I'm this on. No. You got to face the truth. Without it, there's no growth.
You'll stay stuck.
Yes. Go ahead.
I just think it's crazy. Like, I really, for so long, I just straight. When you practice lying, you literally believe, like you say, you believe your own lies.
Yeah.
Like, I needed somebody like you to straight up, like, snap me out of it for months and months and months. Like, I remember going through that period of, like, you're not even just lying to us, you're lying to yourself. Like, you're trying to really make yourself believe that you're fine, you're okay, or you're good, or you can do this, or you're this kind of person and you're not. Like, and it's just minimizing stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, making yourself feel like you're not as bad as you really are is just dangerous. Like, 100%. If you can't get to the truth and really look within and work through these things, you're never going to make it.
Right. Getting to the truth and recognizing who you really are is the hardest part. Like, that's it. But we've surrounded ourselves with families, okay, that our families absolutely have their own issues. And what I tell everybody all the time is it seems to be that we are this lying society, and that comes from teaching. You're gonna break that, and I'm gonna throw something at you. From teaching, in my world, I consistently see families in the beginning looking to find excuses. It's the drugs. When he's on the drugs, he lies and he does this, and I'm thinking, it ain't the drugs that makes him a liar, right? Because all of you can attest to how many times you guys either catch somebody or you catch yourself for months, up to a year and a half. We've seen it, right? And say it is not the drugs. I hear a lot of families, loved ones. It's mental illness makes him do this. It's not mental illness, in my opinion, at all. If he would be with the right girl, I've heard moms blame the girlfriend, blame the wife, blame the significant other. If it's that person that they're with, if they wouldn't be with this, but it's the system. The system's horrible. Probation and parole system's horrible, so they have to lie around that. And let's not tell the truth about his actions. Let's not let the parole agent or the PO know, but let's lie and hide. Do you know how many times I've heard moms keep the truth from a PO? Like, do you know how sick that is?
Yeah.
Like, and we don't see it. Well, we're protecting our son. We don't want him to go to jail. You don't want him to go to jail. You're lying with him. You're lying. And if you're lying, you are teaching it. You are co-signing it, but not only co-signing, you're a part of it. So the only way we go forward is in the truth. Like 100% in the truth. And people parents and families get really angry with combating that monster. The only way we are going to fix this is in the truth. No matter what we've done, no matter what we've screwed up, no matter what happens, all of you here have witnessed when somebody screws up and I call a PO. I tell them the truth, but I also say, here's what I'd like to do with it. Here's how I'd like to handle it, and I'd like the opportunity to handle this with certain consequences with this so they don't get back to jail. You've all heard that? You've all witnessed that?
I went through it.
Okay, good. So there's ways to deal with things without hiding and lying. And I'm telling you, nobody wants to hear this, but this is something that's taught. Taught more than anything. This is we want to lie about what families don't want to own the fact that they taught their kids how to lie. They don't want to own it. And they don't want to have any ownership in their actions. They want to blame it on Big Pharma. They want to blame it on anybody else. But the biggest problem we have in our society is parents lying to their kids and teaching it. And just constantly over and over and over and over again till it develops its own face. Lying develops its own face, its own style, its own shtick, its own game. And when you don't give anybody consequences for lying, you're helping grow it. You are watering it. You are putting sunlight on it. You are just allowing it to grow out of control. And that's where we get to. And then people come into this program, and I hit them with a consequence for one little thing, and they're totally baffled, gone. Like, why do I have to have a consequence for my lying actions? Remember this, Joe? You want me to face a consequence for lying? Yeah, you're going to. And what's the answer?
What, freak out?
Freak out and do what?
Run.
Go to the door. You've done it.
Yeah.
Joe started his way to the door because of a consequence in the past for a lie. That's how real this is. Because we surround ourselves with family that will not give us any consequences for anything. And it creates this giant monster that nobody wants to deal with. And that's where I feel the real problem is.
I just wanted to say, a lot of times families, who don't, the parents who aren't on drugs, don't even think it's a big of a problem because they're like, oh, I go through my whole life telling white lies here and there, and just because I didn't leave the drugs, it's not a problem. But they don't notice what it does, the ripple effect that we talked about the other day.
Yeah. People wonder, what's that noise? Okay. People wonder why, this is such a hard thing to beat. People wonder why there's 200 people a day in our country dying from addiction and overdose. Right? People wonder why that, there's a 3% success rate in treatment in other places that aren't long term is because they don't have the opportunity to get honest. Insurance companies are allowing 30, 60, 90 programs. So that's it. That is not enough time to get honest. It's not even close. So if we don't, you want to start the music, man, I'm running over here today. If we don't develop a new style of dealing with liars in the beginning, and we don't go back a generation so that kids can start learning what the truth is. And dude, I'm a primary example. I was taught to lie, but I also taught my kids in my actions how to lie. It was me. I do this. And that's the biggest part. We need to give people enough time to learn to live honestly. Brutally honest. It doesn't begin unless there's 100% truth. And people think that's impossible. It is not impossible to live in the truth. It's not. You're very capable. I do it every day. And people don't like me for it. Sometimes I don't like myself for being honest with myself. But, this is the only way I'm going to grow. It's the only way I'm going to continue. It's the only way I'm going to absolutely go forward. I have to be 100% honest no matter what anybody thinks. I hurt a lot of feelings. Probably every day. I hurt a lot of feelings. But I'll tell you right now, I am living my best life by being brutally honest with everybody that asks me for the truth and when you don't ask me for the truth. I live in the truth, and that's conflicting at times. But families, you're going to have to sign up for conflict with lies to rip that mask off and to begin a new life. And that's what it takes. All right, y'all. It's a beautiful Wednesday. It's a beautiful hump day. I hope you all have the absolute best day and you enjoy this out there. We are going to love our whole day. We're going to share love, commit to kicking today in the butt, Gary. And I'm fired up, ready to go. I hope you all have an awesome day. We love y'all. And think about this one. This whole lie has a personality thing. Let's hit it head on and deal with it. And remember, whatever you do today,
do it with soul, y'all.
Later.